All right, all right. Welcome back. It's 2024 New Year. We're in what, the third day of the 2024. Just as a quick reminder, this is my daughter.
Hi, my name is Killa.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave that on. She literally said as like an interview, "Hi, my name is Killa Hillbill." Her name is Killa Hillbill. We've been playing a lot of Overwatch 2 together. And then quickly, I want to say hi to my mom and my dad. Welcome back. We're going to try to hit this year strong, and we're going to dive a little bit into what we kind of expect from Overwatch 2 and what we're like looking to see changes. And I don't know if you want to start off like what you would like to see, something that you've experienced a lot last year that you would just want to see as like something different for this year.
What's up, everyone? This is Future Me. So we only had one mic, and we had to share it going back and forth. So it'll crack a lot, but I had to deal with it, and hopefully I get that fixed for the next video. Thanks.
um, it's a I think that something that I would like to see for next this year is what's his name? The new guy's name?
Maui or Maga?
I just call him Maui. Maui's I've been complaining a lot about him about when he's shooting. I feel like he has too much power because when he shoots he burns, and I don't feel like that's necessary because that takes a lot of damage and it's easier for other people to kill us. So that's it.
Right. And I think that's really important too, because he was really weak in the beginning. Like he wasn't doing enough damage. They might have to do a little bit of tweaking. I think at the moment I don't see a character who really is a counter to him, and I think that's been the hardest part. I think you need to have an Anna and a Zenyatta in order to bring his health down in order to even have a chance. I think in this game we had an experience where playing with my other clanmate Ivan, and it was just he was healing me, and I was literally in his face shooting him up, and his health just kept regenerating, and I don't think that's fair. But there are times where he seems kind of squishy, where I feel like we do kill him pretty quick. Um, so I think that's a good way to start. I think having him bring down, I guess, some of the turret. I mean, I don't have an issue with him when I'm playing with him because I feel like I can't kill anything. But I do see that there is some times where I am playing with him and I am pretty overpowered. What about when it comes to healing? Do you have any thoughts on healing and anything you would like to see, like specifically? I don't know. Who do you like using a lot that you would want to kind of have a better, what is it, a better healing support for that
Um,
character?
well, there's a lot of characters that I do use for healings, but I feel like for Kuriko, when she teleports to you or someone in your teammate, I don't like that they're able to kill you when you're on your way. I feel like it should be more like Reaper when he's using his what's the
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah,
trying
his
to say?
phase
Yeah, something like that
when she
because
teleports.
yeah, because I've been playing with her a lot, and every single time I do that, they're able to kill me easily. So I feel like that's something that I would like to see.
Right. And I think that's also a good point too, because with Diva, I have the same issue. When there's something, I'd like to know like what leeway there is between the phase, because even when I'm playing with Diva and there's a moment where I call the mech down, my character is physically inside the mech and I still die. So I think that's the whole point too, where it's like any character that phases, what's the leeway? Especially, I mean, unless we have really bad connection, because it does seem or appear that anytime there is a character on the other team, it seems that they are able to get away at the last second. It looks like their phase works for
Yeah.
them, and it's like, or they'll have a sliver of health, and they'll completely what is it, disappear and get away. So I think even fixing that would be good. So it's like once you're in, it's like you're in. Like once you're phased, you should not be able to get killed. Um, and then I'm gonna go and jump into what I really hope for this year when it comes to support. I'm gonna do another video where I talk about really the difference between support. But I would really like the new support that comes out maybe at the end of the year. I would really love them to be more healing. Uh, their main powers to be healing. Um, Too many characters have a gimmick where the heal is more of a second thought than a primary shot. So you have Yari, whose main primary is to shoot. You have Batiste, whose main primary is to shoot. And their healing is on a cooldown. So I would like someone more like Lucio, where even their healing is consistent, but it's still not enough to really protect the team. So I would like to have a character who's healing more, and their ability is to heal, not really to just shoot. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's something that we need. Because usually when we're fighting other people, I feel like their healers is the the person or the thing that kills. Well, me, I don't know
Hmm.
about you,
Yeah,
and I just get frustrated because it like, or sometimes even when you're a tank, there shouldn't be powerful as a
the healer.
tank. Yeah,
What do you mean? The tank be
no,
powerful or the
the
healer?
healer be as
I
powerful
agree.
as a tank.
I've had uh, issues with I think it's what's her name, Brigitte, where she's like literally coming towards me as a diva, and she's just whipping away, and there shouldn't be a reason why she's that much stronger than a tank. I think a DPS, I think a DPS should be the one who does take the what is it, the tank down. But I don't think healers should have that ability. Or what I think a healer should be able to kill if they're weak. Like if a character is weak or you've been
Yeah.
damaged, I think that that should have the ability to kill you. I don't know if you want to add anything else to that.
Um, can I go to healers really quick,
Sure.
or
Cool.
now that we're talking about also
Hmm.
healers and being powerful, also there might be able to be powerful, but when I'm playing Mercy and I'm healing, when I'm healing a person, it like feels that their health is not going up.
I agree.
But when another mercy is healing them, their health goes so quick, and we're not able to kill the tank. But when I'm healing, my tank dies really quick. And sometimes I try figuring out like what did I do wrong and try switching to another healer, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. So I think on the topic of just healers, from what it feels like, even from some of the, from Moko and Ivan and them that heal, I think what we would like to have the supporters and the healers actually feel like they're healing both on their team and our team. Um, I think we have that issue, like as you mentioned, as where we are the healer, and it seems like our healing ability doesn't work as good as the team we're playing against. I've had issues where as Lucio, I come down, I hit my ult, and somehow I'll die, or another character or player will die. But if Lucio hits an ult on their team, they survive. Or even where Cold, I think was it yesterday, he was playing Zenyatta, he hit his ult, and I was in there and I still died. So I think being able to have tweaking the healers to feel like they are healing, I think is would be really good to have for this year. Um, and let's see, I don't know. Is there anything else, like any other things that you would like to see change for tank or DPS, or a character that you like using that you're like, man, like I wish they had. I don't know. I wish they had this ability aside from what they have right
I feel like I was talking to Cole about
now.
this,
Hmm.
um, when we went to see him, and I
Yeah.
was telling him about Widowmaker. I feel like her venom doesn't do much, and I feel like I die so quick when I'm trying to get away.
Hmm.
But she's kind of also like this kind of far person. She's not technically this person that can take on someone head to head.
Right.
So, but something that I would like to see is like her, instead of her venom, something that tracks people, like to see, or because I even her all, I don't like that her all is just to see people where they are. It should be like something like you hit it and like it will take like venom, like the venom can take out or something. I that's the only thing that I would like to see. And for Rawhawk, I feel like he's become more powerful too.
Yeah, he's pretty bad with his healing.
Yeah, and I feel like so I've been trying new characters, not only healers but tanks and on damage. I
Hmm.
don't know what they're called. What are they called?
DPS.
DPS. Um, I I tried changing a lot for them
Hmm.
and see what I can do. Rohawk, when I'm playing him, I people kill me right away. When I'm Junker Queen, they kill me right away. Diva too, even if I have a healer again, I will die. So but when I use the trapping thing for Rohawk and cook them, they survive. But if the Roadhog hooks me, I die right away.
Yeah.
So I just get frustrated, like things like that. Um,
But what change? What change would you want? Like, how would you change that?
I feel like his when he hooks people, he shouldn't be able to, like for like a tank, not to be able to get that much damage out of them. Even with the trap with it,
So you don't want him to be able to do that much damage?
what let me I don't well actually I doesn't it's not really the hook that gets
Yeah.
me, it's his trap.
Mm,
His trap slows me down
right.
when I'm trying to try helping. When I'm a healer, I get stuck in it and I die. I feel like the trap wasn't a good idea for
Right.
me. I with what's her name for Sombra? That was I like that.
The
Like
changes they did
yeah,
was good.
like at first I was like, why did they change her? But I really like that you're able to escape right away. It's the same thing as using the teleporter.
Right.
Um, but and but I don't know. I feel like other people have different experience, so they might say no, that's not true.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like some tanks should like shouldn't get that much um not much power
Mm.
because they're like for example the new character, he's you can't kill him. When every single time we
Yeah.
play, we can't kill him.
But see, so I think that's the thing with tanks too. I think he is a tank. Like he feels like he's someone when the team is supporting him, he's doing his job. And I think the issues that you bring up and that a lot of us too, like with our team, when we play together, is if there's three of us, if like the whole team can't get on, if we can't find a group of five and it's just her and I, or the other two team members, we end up being paired with players that seem to not be at our skill level, and but we are then playing teams that seem to be above our skill level, so there doesn't seem to be balance. So if I go as a healer, or I'm sorry, so if her myself select she selects a DPS and I select a tank, our other three players will select DPS players instead of selecting characters that will help us win. So we won't get a healer, we won't get well, we won't get two healers at all. And then when we do end up getting a healer, they're doing damage.
And sometimes I do damage, and then you correct me. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
But I feel like when I see other people, they don't, and you're like spamming
Right.
heals, and they just ignore you.
So to that point too, and I think that's why maybe when you play as a tank, especially for me, like I really play diva, and but then depending on the match, I do change and I do go to like Ramatra and different tanks or healers that I think would be really beneficial, or even DPS that will be really beneficial for that map. But I think the main point to this is whatever Blizzard uses to what is it, to match us with players, it's not really matching us within our skill levels. Like Cold was saying, and I think a lot of us really enjoy when we have games where both of the teams are going back and
Yeah.
forth. Like those are so fun because you're like, okay, cool. Like this feels winnable. This feels winnable, and it feels like you are able to that. Like the challenge is fun, and you can, like, if you lose, it doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah. Or like sometimes like you'll start switching to different characters to try like beating them, and I agree with
Right.
you in that. But sometimes other games just it puts you against other people that are not that good.
Right.
They should do the thing that they're gonna do
Right.
for
So
um
there is some changes coming into season 9. I was explaining to her yesterday that what they're going to do is, but this isn't competitive. So in competitive, what they're going to do is that on the bottom, I believe, of each match, it's going to show you your progression and how that match impacted your overall rank. So if you do really bad, it'll explain there why that happened. But I still don't know if that's really going to help. Even if you do a quick play, I don't know if that's really going to help the balance of the games. Because it just seems, and I know I read somewhere, and I've told her that there are points and places where the game will it'll try to do is, if it knows you're a really good player, it'll try to put you with players that haven't been winning. So you take on the role. I'm sure many of you experience where you're like, dude, like, you'll win 3 or 4 games. There's so many memes about that. And all of a sudden you cannot win a game. Especially if you're going solo. What the game is doing is trying to balance other players who haven't won. And as I was mentioning prior to this, it knows that you're a good player, so it knows that you'll bring balance. So you'll end up with like the most kills, the most healing, and you'll still lose. And it'll do that repeatedly until I guess you get off for like an hour or two, then you come back, and then all of a sudden you win again. So I don't know. I guess the overall here is like the balance when it comes to matching both not only rank but quick play, but also matching. It would be really cool. I mean, I know they do select role, but even that sometimes isn't as fun. They should have a system where in the game itself, it rewards you if you do go healer. Like if a team, that'd be really cool. If you go into join a match and they're missing a tank or they're missing a healer, and you switch to a healer, and you provide that healing for the whole game. Maybe you get double rewards, or maybe you end up, I don't know, double rewards would be better for what is it, for the Game Pass. I feel like people need challenges or like rewards if they're going to be doing helping the team. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good idea. More that I play healers consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that's really good. I feel like mm, I've well right now because I'm kind of like low down in my battle pass. Even then, I've been playing a lot. It's like that would be amazing to see like it go up. Not like a lot, but it would give you some like points for it to go
Right.
up. Yeah, I think that's a really good
Yeah.
idea.
Because they do have for those. I mean, I'm sure. Well, for those who don't know, in Overwatch, if you do play competitive, and you did a row queue, it does give you, I think, like 500 extra points for playing as a healer or all. But when you go to quick play, which a lot of people go to just kind of go and have fun, there isn't a reward for having a comp that is going to win. Instead, you end up having people playing all DPS, or you have people all playing all tanks, and there isn't a balance. So the goal for this would be really fun to, or really great, if Blizzard begins to make these changes to Overwatch to continue to have a healthy community, because the more they don't make these changes, the less people drop out, and the smaller the pool gets, the longer the games take, or to find a game, the longer it takes to find these matches, or the number one thing, kind of thinking about here, the number one thing that I really want them to change is people dropping out.
Yeah.
We had a game where I think you and I were playing in Ivan and Cold, and we were playing competitive, and we had 2 games where each time we played, people kept dropping out and competitive. That should not be a thing. If you're playing competitive, you're playing in there, and if the game isn't going your way, do not quit. What is the point of quitting? Not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting the whole team. And it's ridiculous how often we encounter that. You've been playing a lot of competitive. I don't know if it's like that for you.
It is a lot, but it's not the other team because the other team always wins. It's my team that starts quitting, and I don't like that because it's like, why am I here trying my best if you guys are gonna quit?
Exactly.
Or the other team too. What's poor teammates that just those people that stayed there.
Right.
But even then they try changing some things like even for quick play they said if you quit multiple times you're gonna get suspended. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then people still quit. I just get frustrated and I was like, why are we even trying if you guys are gonna quit on
Right.
us? So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I think that also then goes into, the more people quit, the more people begin to leave the game, the harder it is to find games, or it also pushes you away, because mentally you're already going in that if I play, I don't think there's one day that I don't play where I don't have, if I play for 2 hours, I know I'll have 2 to 3 people, I don't know, every other game quit. And that just doesn't make the experience fun. Like, why would I want to continue? I mean, but here we are still playing the game.
Yeah.
But you already know, like, okay, I'm going to have, if we're doing really good, they're going to quit. In fact, we also say when we end up beating a team really bad, we end up saying, like, wow, we give them props because they didn't quit. Because we've had our butts kicked and we're getting handled, we're getting destroyed, like nothing is working, and we never quit. Our quit rate, and that's another thing too. I think they should reward you for not quitting. If you have X amount of, I don't know, games played, it should give you a token or something saying like, hey, this player doesn't quit. Let's put him with a group of people who don't quit. Because I think at the moment they don't have anything like that. Where if you're persistent as a player, if you have 100 games played and out of those 100 games you don't quit once, or not by your doing, you should get rewarded. You should get put in a pool where the system knows like, hey, all these 10 players will not quit. Um, so yes, I don't know. I think that's a good one. Do you have any other things? Start wrapping it up here. Any other little
Just
thoughts?
a little
Sure.
thing. Um, well, we're still talking about. Well, I was
Go
what
ahead.
you were. I was saying. So when we are not quitting, the other team, like, we'll give them like say good job and all, but some of the other teams are like, you're like trash, you're this and you're that, and you're like, are you serious right now? We didn't quit on like your team. But what I wanted to say is like, some maybe
It just
this
got dark here. I'm
maybe
guessing you're gonna say something really dark because the sunset. No, I'm gonna go high. Go ahead.
maybe maybe it will change or maybe it won't. And little other thing I wanted to say is, please, like, people like Blizzard,
Mm-hmm.
when please start making the skins better. They're not good. We
For what?
waste
For Mythic?
yeah, we waste money on them. Even it's so expensive when there's a new skin. Why does it have to be so expensive?
There you go.
That's
Um,
it.
we'll have to do a different video for that. But yes, the changes they keep saying. So just so you know, they keep saying that they want to make skins more attainable and easier, but they don't. It's really locked under $20, $30, $40. The new guns, if you like the new weapon gun skins, I think if you waste $30 for just the change of a weapon, um, it's pretty high. And as opposed to before, she wasn't around to play Overwatch one. She was too young. Um, the You got everything by doing loot boxes, and it's funny because back then we thought like, oh my god, like loot boxes is so horrible. It's a gimmick, but in fact, it's worse now because before you could do, I think you would play 10 games and you would get one free loot box, and you can get whatever was in there. There really wasn't a chance for you to go and buy something. It was just you could either buy or play. And for the special events that we have, like how we have for the winter, it was you had to win 3 games, and each 3 games gave you a box that was meant for that specific excuse me, that was meant for that specific event. And you would get a skin, you would get voice, and you would get splash, like a what is it, an emblem. But now they want you to spend $40 to get the mercy, what is it, the tracer skin, and then in that bundle you get the rest of the tickets that would allow you to then accumulate enough points or enough tickets to get either what is it, the Widowmaker or Reinhardt, but they're reskins.
Yeah. Even it was just I felt like it was dumb to just like, for the new healer,
Oh,
that we bought the battle pass to get that skin, and all they did was just change the color. And I felt it was unfair that you needed to buy to get things. I'm a really big Widowmaker fan
mhm,
and I love playing her. And I really got upset when I knew that I had to buy
right,
tickets to get her skin. It's like, it's winter. You like, well, I'm gonna go to Fortnite, and Fortnite they give you something free for winter. They always do. So why don't they do that for Overwatch? You can complete quests to get it
right,
instead of buying it. I feel like that's unfair, but they just wanna get money out of
right.
people.
And I think the community is, and again, that also pushes the community away. Again, it's just a skin, and people are gonna say it's just a skin. Who cares? Like it doesn't really affect. But the fact that you cannot really do anything unless you buy the battle pass, that's the only way you're getting some good skins. And the fact that the whole winter, what is it? The whole winter event. I think there's 2 or 3 reskin. There's just really reskin of a color. It feels lazy, and to charge that much does it, the balance of the value that I've always talked about when I make videos, it doesn't make sense as a customer. If I'm going to buy something, give me the value of that money that it's worth. Don't make it feel like I'm cheaping out. but hopefully, I mean, that's something that's always been. It's been a really hot topic on Twitter and anything on TikTok. They talk about how expensive these things are, but Blizzard hasn't really made anything to change this. Uh, People still buy it. People are still rocking these skins. So what incentive is there for Blizzard to say like, "Hey, I'm not going to buy this"? So I think with that, I think that's a great way to end the video. Is there any last little thought that you want? Anything you I don't know. Any last little thought you have here?
If you're watching this and you don't play, what I mean is, if someone already picks, I'm going back to this. If we picked first, try being a healer, because the reason why I play healer so much is because I know we're not gonna get a healer. So I try being that person that will go out of my way to be a healer. But that's my fault for being that.
So there you have it. So please be a healer. Please pick the correct characters. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a good 2024. We'll see how it ends up. But